Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am here to finally finish answering your questions. I attempted to do this over the summer and we were at our lake house and there were 1,000 interruptions and I was able to answer a few of your questions, but I really did not get to them all. So I'm going to try today to answer as many questions as I possibly can. And if you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Jen and this is Jen's Happy Home. I'm so happy to have you here today and I really hope that you'll enjoy my content enough to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that I can update you every time I have a fun video to share. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to scroll down the list here on my phone and read some more of your questions. So Margie Poorman is asking, how long did you consider creating your channel before you actually started? Did you find it difficult to generate content that is not travel or vacation related? Okay, so it took me a while to actually commit to doing this whole YouTube thing. I actually toyed around with it many years ago, maybe about 4 years ago, and I was really into organizing and cleaning. That was really what I wanted my channel to be mostly about. As you guys know from my last Q&A, my favorite YouTuber is Jennifer Ross from Pretty Neat Living, and she had a channel back then called Organize Like Jen, and I really enjoyed her content, so much so that I wanted to be able to put something like that out there to share with everyone. And it was a little bit of a challenge for me. I'm very shy normally as a person, and getting in front of the camera and putting myself out there was really a hard thing to do. And also at the time, my children were much younger. My daughter Madison was just a toddler. She was maybe like 1 or 2, and I was very busy with her, and I got to the point where doing YouTube became kind of like work to me, and that's not why I do it. I do it for fun because I enjoy doing it. It's so much fun for me to create videos and to edit them and to put it out there to share with everyone. The days that I am set up to work on YouTube, I look forward to those days. I wake up in the morning really excited and feeling ambitious about doing it, and it's a great feeling. So when I lost that feeling because I was kind of worn down by having a toddler at home, I decided to step away, and I also really wanted to spend as much time as possible with my daughter and my younger children, and I just didn't want to take away from that time with being a YouTube creator. So once my daughter Madison started kindergarten, I knew I wanted to start doing it again. I really tried to educate myself as much as possible, so I had kind of an idea of how to film and upload and edit and all of that kind of stuff. It's still a lot of trial and error, but I'm still learning as I go. And as far as creating content that is not Disney or travel related, I really don't have a hard time doing it. I actually enjoy sharing with you guys, organizing and cleaning. But the thing is with that, I have to be in the mood for it. Because if I'm not in the mood for cleaning and organizing, which let's face it, I am not always in the mood to do that type of stuff, it's really hard to, there's a bug in here. It's really hard to successfully portray that to you guys and to feel excited and good about it, and that's going to come across on camera. So when I do share that with you guys, it's because I am in that mood and I am really feeling like I want to get organized, or I want to, you know, do a power hour and clean the whole house. I do enjoy my travel related videos and my Disney related videos the most. It is definitely what I am most passionate about. Unfortunately, it is my least viewed videos. So that being said, I'm to the point that I don't care, because for me, I am documenting this very precious part of my life with my children and my family, and I will always have that, and they will always have that to look at. And if anyone watches it and enjoys it, on top of me being able to capture all of those moments forever, that's just like the gravy on top. So I am fine with that. You know, it's always going to be both. I'm not going to stop doing one for that reason alone. And then Rosie Carrillo is asking me if I'm going to be doing my ghost stories again this year. I know a lot of you guys enjoyed me sharing all of the ghost stories from our house that I shared last October, and back then there was a whole bunch because I just had all of these things to share because I had never had a YouTube channel and I was never able to kind of put it all out there. But right now I don't have that many stories to share, but I have kept a journal, and every time something happened this past year, I did document it so that I would have something to share with you guys. So I do have enough to at least put up one ghost story video for you guys, and if it is only one that I am able to put together, I'm going to save it for Halloween, because I just think that'll be like a special treat for Halloween to have a real life ghost stories shared from somebody who actually experienced it and not something that's just like totally fabricated. So I thought that would be a fun thing to share with you guys on Halloween, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, my next question is from Tammy Anderson, and she's asking, where did your fascination for Disney come from? So when I was a freshman in high school, I went to Disney with a high school friend of mine and her family, and I was always a Disney fan. I always enjoyed Disney movies and all of that. So to actually go there and experience the magic of what Disney World is, I was a child who went to the Jersey Shore every summer, and that was our big vacation. So Disney World is really a lot different than going to the boardwalk in the ocean, and you really are completely captured by the magic of Disney. When you're there, you really feel like you're in this fantasy. And back then there were only 2 parks, believe it or not. It was a really long time ago. It was just Epcot and the Magic Kingdom, and I just loved it so much. So after that trip, all I could think about was getting back there, and it took me a really long time to get back there. It wasn't until my 21st birthday that I actually finally made it back to Disney, and since then I try to go as often as I can. So there were some times where I had to take a break for a few years or a couple of years, but for the most part we've been making it there every year to every other year, and I absolutely love it. I always will. That feeling just never goes away. Okay, so I have a question here from Lauren B, and she's asking, what are your favorite things to watch on TV or Netflix? So in my family, we're a bunch of YouTube watchers. It is very rare that I find a Netflix series that I enjoy. It's actually been a couple of years now since I've even gotten involved with Netflix or any types of series, and I don't watch TV like ever. So I'm just totally obsessed with watching YouTube videos. I have so many people that I follow and I love their content. So that alone, trying to keep up with watching all of their videos and keeping up to date on what they're putting out there is very time consuming. And in addition to that, my downtime is usually editing my own videos. So if I'm not watching someone else's videos, I'm usually at my desk and I'm uploading and editing my own, and it takes hours. So I enjoy doing it. That's my relaxation time at night when the kids are in bed and I just want to kind of disconnect. I get on my computer and I start either editing, or if I'm up to date with that or I'm just super tired, I will bring my laptop to bed and I will catch up on all my favorite YouTubers. So that is basically the only stuff that I watch. Okay, my next question is from Vintage Castle, and she was asking, my question is, how did you come about living in your old home? I know it is an old house, and I'm wondering, was it in your family or did you want an old home? I have always wanted an old home. When I was younger, I used to travel to like Gettysburg a lot with my family, and we always used to travel through very historic neighborhoods, and we would do house tours and go to antique shops, and it was just always a part of my life. And even as an adult, me and my mom would consistently go to local house tours. We love to tour old Victorian homes. So actually the house that we currently live in was on a house tour that we were a part of, and many years after that I saw the house go up for sale, and it was like a dream come true because I really love old Victorian houses. So it was just a perfect fit for us. It actually went up for sale at a time that we were looking to buy a new home. So that is how I found our old Victorian home. Lauren Loves Paris is asking, what are my favorite films and what is my favorite music? My favorite films are, I'll just tell you my like top 2 favorites, Titanic, and the other one is Beauty and the Beast. I love Beauty and the Beast, the Disney one, the Disney cartoon. Those are my 2 favorite films. As far as my favorite music, it's actually 90s alternative. Yeah, that's what I enjoy listening to when I'm cleaning the house or trying to get stuff done. I just tell Alexa, play 90s alternative, and I kind of just rock out to that. That's my favorite type of music to listen to. Okay, and Jessica Lynn has some questions here. She's asking, how long have we been married? And we have been married for 19 years. And we actually just celebrated our 19-year anniversary on the Carnival cruise that we were recently on. And I'll leave a link to that above if you want to check out some of the vlogs. Especially our anniversary day vlog, I think was really a lot of fun. And her next question is, how did you meet your husband? I met him in high school. We met when I was 15, he was 16, and we met at a high school party. And then I'll answer one more. She's asking what my favorite season is, and my favorite season is the fall. I love all things Halloween. I love pumpkin spice. I love the smell of the air in the fall. I love how it's crisp and cool and colorful. The fall is definitely my favorite time of year. I have some questions here from Heather Rowe, so I'm going to try to answer a couple of those. Asking if I've ever done the Myers-Briggs personality test, and actually the first time that I read this, I did go online and I took the test. I can't remember the technical terms that they used, but they basically said I am a complete introvert, which is very true. I kind of am. I really keep to myself. I am not a very social person other than here on YouTube. I love being social in that way, but I definitely have severe anxiety in social situations as far as making friends, meeting new people, being in a situation where there's a lot of people and I don't know anyone. Oh my gosh, it puts me over the edge. And then she's asking, when I was a child, what I wanted to be when I grew up. I always wanted to be a teacher or a mom or both. So that's kind of what I was going for. In my college years, I did a lot of teaching at like nursery schools and daycare centers, and I worked for preschools, and even up until recently, I sub at a local preschool. So I just love working with children, and especially young children. It's just a really, really wonderful way to spend your day when you're with these little people, and they're so innocent, and I have great conversation with them, especially being the Disney fan that I am. We have some really great conversations, so I have a lot of fun with that. She's asking how many siblings I have. I have a brother and a sister. I am the oldest of 3. And then Terry Davis was asking me also if I have always loved old homes, and I just kind of answered that. So I'll move along here. And then Kim's Creative Life is asking me, what was your childhood like? Did you grow up in a home with mom and dad? How many siblings? So again, I have 2 siblings. I did grow up in a house with mom and dad, although when I was in my early 20s, they did separate. But my childhood, my whole family was together, and then I had to deal with kind of like the whole divorced parent situation. But it was lucky for me that that came at a much later age. Okay, Rita Stolzer is asking, she's saying that she loves my top or my dress that I had on in that video, and she asked if it was from a subscription box, and no, it was not. It was actually a gift from my mom. It was one of the things that I received for my birthday, but I'm pretty sure she got it at Marshall's because I think the tag was on it when I took it out of the gift box, and I'm pretty sure it was a Marshall's tag. So go check out Marshall's for that shirt. And then Jen from Jen's Hoosier Home is asking if I would ever consider doing a meetup in Disney, and oh my gosh, that would be the most exciting thing ever if I am going to be in Disney and any of you are going to be there at the same time. Please reach out to me. I just think that would be so fun and so exciting to meet some of you guys face to face. It would be like the best thing ever. So I will always announce my Disney trips on my channel so that you guys have a general idea of when I'm going to be there. And I really encourage you to reach out to me and let me know if you're there at the same time. So maybe we can just meet up for a drink or go on a ride together or just say hey, but it would just be a lot of fun. And then Jen also had another question that she actually asked on my last video when I posted the questions and answers, the things that I was actually able to take the time to answer. And she is asking me, I am wondering what has been the best part of being a stay-at-home mom. I know some days are always better than others. Just curious why you chose to be a stay-at-home mom rather than be a working parent prior to starting with Mickey World Travels. So for those of you that are new, I do work for a travel agency called Mickey World Travels, where I help people plan their Walt Disney World vacations, but I also plan cruises as well, which is lots of fun. But I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but I wasn't always a stay-at-home mom. For the most part, I was a working mom. With my older 2 children, I worked all the time. I scaled back my hours, and the more kids I had, the harder it was to put in a 40-hour week. So by the time that I had my son Patrick, I was only working maybe 3 days a week, And when I had Madison, it just became a lot because daycare was super expensive. I never really had a high-paying job, so to balance things out, really, it just didn't make sense. So the amount of money that I made, about 80% of that was going to go to daycare when I had 3 kids that I needed to pay daycare for. I never really had family or friends that could help me out in that way, so it just didn't make any sense for me to work. So I have always done other stuff though. So I've always tried to find a creative way to have money coming into the household. So it's wonderful being a stay-at-home mom. When you ask, like, some days are harder than others, definitely there are those days where you just feel like you need to go do a Target run and have a Starbucks. Like, those days definitely come, but for the most part, I really loved and enjoyed being home and spending all of that time with my kids in the time that they were here. Now all 3 of them are in school, and the year that my daughter started kindergarten, my youngest daughter, was the year that I started doing YouTube. And what actually kind of pushed me to really get the ball rolling with YouTube was when she started kindergarten. I actually started to go through a depression, and it totally caught me off guard because I was really excited about all of my kids being in school and thinking of all the time that I'm going to have to get all these things done. I actually kept a notebook, and it had a list of everything that I was going to do when my kids started school because I was going to have all the time in the world to get it done. And instead, I ended up being really depressed and not wanting to do anything, and I had no energy or drive to get anything done. So here I am. I started YouTube, and it kind of pulled me out of that, and it was really a wonderful thing for me, especially at that time. And Donna R is asking, what is my favorite hobby? YouTube is my favorite hobby. It's the only thing that I do in addition to my regular life of being a mom and working for Mickey World Travel. So definitely YouTube is the best hobby that I have ever had. So I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I really hope that you enjoy being here on my channel and spending time with me. I really love doing these kind of sit down chit chats with you guys. I'm always really good about replying to subscriber comments. I feel like that is kind of what this is all about, is building relationships with all of these people who have just common interests, and we all enjoy the same things to some extent, because that is why we are all kind of bonding here on my channel. I mean, we all must have an interest in cleaning or organizing or Disney or cruises or travel in general or family, whatever it is that brought you to me today. Thank you so much for coming, and I really hope that I'll have you back. Give this video a thumbs up if you do like these types of videos, and don't forget to follow me over at Jen's Happy Home on Instagram. I try to be pretty active with my community over there as well. I hope you're all having a great week, and take care. Bye.